If you have been on social media as of late, you might have noticed the growing trend of women who claim to have been given an ultimatum by their significant other to either drop their male best friend or exit the relationship. Which once again poses the age-old question, can men and women actually be friends? Just see the receipts.
I got broken up with because I posted this video on my story. Okay, broken up with is dramatic as I was only talking to him for 3 weeks and we went on one date. But after I had posted that story, he was so annoyed with me. He basically told me that he doesn't do guy best friends with the girls that he's speaking to. And if he's pursuing someone, he just doesn't really respect the fact that I have a male in my life that I love real bad. Now, some of you may be as confused as me because this is literally my best friend of 6 years. He's like my brother at this point, and I would never even look at him a certain way. But this guy was serious, and he was not letting up on this boundary that he had placed. So the only thing I could do was respect it. I explained to him what the situation was, that it was not like that, but he wasn't hearing it. So he cut me.
Like a brother to him, she says. Ladies, when will you learn that that excuse has no effect? These young boys are beating their meat to stepsister porn 3 nights a week. You're turning them on. But you know what? Why don't we hear directly from these male best friends? Maybe she's right. Maybe they're just two platonic pals who have transcended such mundane human quirks as physical attraction. Jesse, more receipts.
How long have you been friends?
10 years. Yeah, 10 years. 10 going on 11 years.
In that time period, have you never had feelings for each other?
No, like he's been just such a great friend. So like I couldn't like see the other side of it.
Could you ever see her being your wife one day?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
So you wouldn't rule that out?
I wouldn't completely.
Never thought about it.
I've never 100% thought about it. I mean, it's possible, but yeah, we're friends.
How come it's a possibility in your mind, but for you, you're like, I would just never look at him that way?
We've been such good friends. I don't want to ruin the friendship.
How could you ruin a friendship by getting closer?
Well, you know, like when people take friendships into relationships, they're not meant to be in a relationship. They were always meant to be friends.
He just doesn't fit that box?
No, I wouldn't say that because he fits all the boxes.
Then why not move the relationship further?
I never thought about it, honestly.
There is no darker place in a man's life than the friend zone. It is a black hole of confusion and misery, and only depression lives there. As you can tell by that young man's jitters, the bottom is about to give out anytime now. He has been angling for that coochie since the beginning of Obama's second term. This is the level of patience only found in Navy SEAL snipers. Now, as you can tell by that young lady's demeanor, she does honestly believe, regardless of how flabbergastingly delusional it might sound, that they're actually just friends. Now, indulge me in this little thought experiment, if you will. Do you think if this woman picked up the phone one night and invited him over for a cup of tea with some coochie on the side, he would be like, nah, I don't want to ruin our decade-long friendship? Or would he mount her like a silverback gorilla in heat and jam 10 years worth of man meat down every single orifice in her body? I think we all know the answer. And so does she. And that's what's so diabolical about a woman friend-zoning a man in such a cruel fashion? See, the sexual marketplace has but two commodities: sex and attention. Men trade attention in exchange for sex. A man will pay special attention not only to you, your well-being, and your overall happiness if he likes the sex and wants it regularly. And the woman who feels her needs heard, tended to in all aspects, is a happy woman, and happy women put out. It's a godly design. But when you try to game the system, that's when the entire ecosystem collapses. By friend-zoning that man, she's getting that hit of dopamine from all the attention he showers her with, but does not give anything in return. Ma'am, you are a scam artist. This is nothing short of grand larceny. There should be a 3-letter agency investigating your behavior as we speak. You can't just use this man with such reckless abandon, then scare off like a purse thief in the dead of the night. That is just unethical. Because he's going to go home thinking about her, right? And she's going to be in an Uber on the way to go get her innards rearranged by some dude named Chad who barely returns her phone calls. Which is great for Chad, because Buddy did all the grunt work and he gets to knock it down at the end of the night when she's well wined and dined. It's a monster of a deal. Until the two of them decide to get serious. Now, the guy best friend turns into a looming menace. No man wants his woman to have an emotional side chick. That's why we buy them dogs. Every time you and her get into a fight, the first person she calls is the dude secretly praying for your downfall. I don't think so, toots. I don't care if you've known each other since kindergarten. He gots to go. And this is not a showcasing of insecurities as your average rabid feminist will have you think. It's a question of self-respect. As I have previously mentioned on this channel, men above all else value status. And by status, I don't mean just money. Status also encompasses the respect of your peers. And once the word gets out that your woman keeps a male best friend, even if it's truly platonic, the semblance alone of impropriety is enough to have you labeled a cuck in your circle of friends. And that title, just like a felony on your record, will follow you for a lifetime. Absolutely preposterous. And that'll do for the show this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Please don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button so you know when we're uploading new content. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers before October, so each and every form of engagement helps. Until next time, stay preposterous.